Hi everyone, welcome to the 7th to 8th grade video series, Module 1. My name is Claire Yang, and today we're going to be learning about how to create a complex thesis statement, which is arguably the foundation of any strong essay. And by the end of this video, you'll know what makes a thesis statement strong, and also how you can create one step by step. So before we begin, make sure to follow along with our 7th to 8th grade video series worksheet, which is on our website. And there are follow along notes for that as you watch this video, and there are also practice prompts there as well. So before we begin, what is a thesis statement? So essentially, a thesis statement is a concise and impactful statement that really grabs your reader's attention. And it's basically your main argument. So think of it as a roadmap for your essay, and everything big or overarching should connect back to your thesis and also be previewed in your thesis. So to really create a strong thesis, make sure you ask yourself three main questions. First, what is my claim? Second, how will I support my claim with evidence? And third, so what? Why does my claim matter? So let's break those down. So first, your main claim or argument is your what. So that's essentially what point are you making about your topic. The how shows your evidence or reasoning. How do you even know your claim is true? And the so what part explains why it matters. So your so what is the significance, and it connects your claim back to a broader idea. So now we're going to talk about weak versus strong theses. The weak thesis is World War I caused many changes in American life. So that's true, definitely, but it's very broad. Many changes could mean anything. It could be economic, political, cultural. There's really no argument as well. It really just states a fact, and there's no direction either. We don't know what kind of changes it caused or why those changes matter. So in short, it tells you what happened, but not what you as the author think about them. So the better thesis is, after World War I, Americans questioned old beliefs and social roles. So this definitely has an improvement. It's narrower. It focuses on belief systems and social roles rather than just many changes. But the reason why it's still weak is because it says what Americans did, but not why or how that connects back to anything larger. So again, it's really missing that so what aspect. And it's very descriptive, but it's not analytical yet. So our strong thesis is, in the wake of World War I, changing social roles and ideologies manifested in political demonstrations that revealed America's fear and growing uncertainty about its identity. So this one does three key things, really. First, it explains the what, which is the changing social roles and ideologies, which is the central phenomenon. So this names what changed, not just that things changed. Second, it explains the how. So the how is that it manifested in political demonstrations. So those are how the social changes appeared in real life. And essentially, that's a really important thing to notice, which is how this thesis is able to connect abstract ideas, which is social change, to concrete events, which is the demonstrations. And third, it explains the so what. So this is our first thesis that really explains the significance behind what we're saying. So the thesis isn't really just about random protests, but it's about a nation that's anxious about who it's becoming. And that really gives the essay a lens, or fear, identity, and transition. And it answers the why does this matter question. So now we're going to learn how to create our own thesis. So to create your own thesis, make sure you follow three key steps. First, identify your claim or stance. Second, how will you prove your claim? Think of the evidence you'll use, which could be research, examples, anecdotes, statistics, and be sure to organize those into general paragraphs. Third, ask why your argument matters. So how does it connect to a bigger idea, and why should your readers care? One way to put your responses together is through this handy formula. Through how, we can see that what, which is important because so what. So this will be a good way to get a better sense of what you might say in your thesis, but this might not be the best way to phrase it after you fill it in. So after you fill it in, check to make sure that your thesis is clear and concise, and make sure that you can always break it up into 2 sentences if you need, because being clear is better than having a run-on sentence. And always remember that creating a strong thesis statement really takes practice, so make sure to use the what, how, and so what steps, and you'll be able to write a clear, specific, and very arguable thesis that can guide your entire essay. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video series.